Is D'Angelo Russell done? Like, let me explain what I mean here when I say is D'Lo done. Is the faith in D'Angelo Russell, have you lost your faith in D'Angelo Russell of not just churning around this season, but really his career in the NBA? He's on the final year of his contract, and I have no idea what his value is going to be. Let's just pretend. Let's not even get into the trade deadline. Let's forget the trade deadline. Let's just pretend he's a Laker the rest of the year. Who's signing D'Angelo Russell to a 3 or 4 year, $60 million deal in the NBA? Is there a team out there that's looking right now and saying, man, when D'Angelo Russell becomes available, we got to go get him? If there is a team out there that's saying that, and the numbers that I just threw out there, 18 a year, 20 a year, something like that, that general manager is going to get fired. Now, listen, can D'Angelo Russell find a home? Can he come at a discount? Can teams say, listen, we're going to give you a 1-year deal for $8 million, $10 million, whatever it is. You got to prove to us that you can go out there and make it happen. Maybe a team is offering 2 years, 18 million, 20 million. I have no idea. But my question to Laker fans out there is, D'Angelo Russell, do you have any faith that this man is going to turn around his career? He's not old, 26, 27 years old, whatever he is. Can I just tell you guys, these are D'Lo's stats in the last 5 games for D'Angelo Russell. All right? These are his stats. He went 5 of 11 against the San Antonio Spurs, hit 2 of 3 threes. That's not a bad game for D'Angelo Russell. Ended up with 13 points and 6 assists. Okay? That's the best game that I can see from D'Angelo Russell, it seems like, in a couple of weeks. The best game D'Lo can throw right now is 5 of 11 from the field. Okay? Pelicans, 2 of 5 from the field. Finished with, points-wise, what he finished with? 7 points. Next game against the Jazz, 2 of 8 from the field, 8 points. Next game against Orlando, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 7 from the three-point line, 7 points. Saturday against Denver, 2 of 9 from the field and had 7 points. Let me give D'Lo, if I'm going to give credit to D'Lo in one thing, he could still get you dimes. 5, 6 assists a game in each one of these games that I'm talking about. But I think this says it all. D'Angelo Russell, his last 5 games, played 30 minutes, then 21, then 26, then 23, is now playing 18 minutes for the Los Angeles Lakers in the game on Saturday night against the Denver Nuggets. I don't care what anybody says. You know, JJ Redick can say the right things, and players can go out there and say, you know, they could say whatever they want. Actions speak louder than words. There are times when I'm watching D'Angelo Russell play for the Lakers, and I'm asking myself, how is this dude even getting 15 minutes? He doesn't look interested. His body language is shit. There's nothing about his game right now that tells me, oh, this dude's going to go in the trenches with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to roll up his sleeves. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. I don't have that feeling. I don't get that feeling from D'Angelo Russell. And frankly, I don't know if JJ Redick's got the same feeling. He went from, again, last game Lakers just played against Denver. He played 18 minutes. Max Christie played 17. Gabe Vincent played 14. And the reason why I'm giving the comps in minutes is because, are his minutes going up? He's coming off the bench. The guy went from a starter, now coming off the bench. Okay, but even if you come off the bench, you're still going to play starter minutes. Nope, that's not the case anymore. He's slowly just trickling down with what his value is with the Los Angeles Lakers, how much he's able to contribute on a night-in, night-out basis. I got some real concern if D'Angelo Russell's going to turn this thing around. I think at this point, it's going to become a surprise for me if D'Lo's shooting 29% from the three-point line. It doesn't feel like to me that D'Lo, over time, his confidence is going to get even higher. Why would his confidence get higher? Nothing in his game right now, and it doesn't seem like the team or the organization or the head coach, it doesn't seem like they're in a position right now where they're saying to themselves, just give D'Lo more opportunities. It's going to turn around. I don't see it. I have, this is the most discouraged I've ever been about DAngelo Russell as a Los Angeles Laker. I know there were some times in the playoffs where he struggled in the postseason, but he also was a big piece of getting them to the playoffs. He was a big piece of winning the series against Memphis or Golden State when they got to the Western Conference Finals, until he was basically, you couldn't play him come postseason. This is the most discouraged I've ever been about DAngelo Russell, and I don't know what's going to change it. I don't think anything's going to change it. I think the position that he's in, I think you're looking at the rest of the roster and you're asking yourself, I mean, hell, you had a quote from your head coach, and I don't think DAngelo Russell is going to be the difference in this. Your head coach said clearly the spirit to compete wasn't there. That's not directed at D'Lo. That's directed at your entire squad, your entire team. I'm not putting that on DAngelo Russell. What I'm saying is you're questioning the effort of your team. Teams lost a couple in a row. They, obviously the big swing against Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. I don't think D'Lo's the answer. I don't. And if somebody on the chat can argue against that, I'd actually really like to hear the other side. And maybe the other side is the guy's still going to get you 5 or 6 assists a game. His shot is eventually going to fall. I remember when Brian Windhorst was on week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, he said it's kind of one of those marriages where they both need each other, because the Lakers don't have another player like that can go off and hit 6, 7 threes. Well, now they do, because Dalton Knecht is there. And if the question is going to be, well, they really don't have another guy that could come in and facilitate and do this. Well, Bron's giving you basically 10 assists a night. Do I think they need DAngelo Russell? I do. Do I think DAngelo Russell can be a key piece of the Lakers? I do. I don't have any confidence that it's going to change. I don't have any confidence as the season progresses, all of a sudden D'Lo is going to gain this unbelievable confidence. I don't have any confidence that DAngelo Russell, as the season progresses, is going to become a bigger and bigger piece. It looks like he's going the other way. It looks like DAngelo Russell's value on the Lakers is it's getting further and further behind you than it is further in front of you. Let's look at a couple of these comments. Again, I know this is me just laying into DAngelo Russell, and I don't think he's the only reason why the Lakers have kind of struggled here these last couple of games, everything else. But I don't feel like D'Lo is an asset to the Lakers anymore. And I see his minutes coming like this. I see his numbers continuing to go down. What's going to change that? Is that D'Lo that's going to find a way to, find lightning in a bottle and say, no, that's it. Everything I got to give to this Lakers team. I don't have the confidence in that. Let's see what you guys think here. D'Lo should have been traded. For who? I'm going to go back and I'm going to say this. It takes two to tango. This is the only way you're going to trade DAngelo Russell. Let me help everybody out here. The only way you're going to trade DAngelo Russell is you're showing he's off your books next year. Not he's a player that you want to build your future around. You're basically saying he's off your books next year. And you're saying we got 2 first-round picks that we're also going to throw in here. You want us to take a bad contract? Because that's the way it's going to get done. D'Lo's not getting traded because a team out there is saying to themselves, that's our future point guard. D'Lo's not getting traded because there's a team out there that says, we're going on a deep playoff run. We need D'Lo. I don't see that happening. I definitely don't see that happening. All right, let's see where we go here. Why are we still talking about D'Lo? He should be gone. Because he's still here. D'Lo in playoff mode all regular season. Damn. Jeez, the creativity here. D'Lo is a vet minimum status next season. I would not be surprised if somebody tells me that D'Lo's making 5-6 a year next year and he got a one or 2 year deal. I honestly would not be surprised at all. And this is coming from a dude that thought coming into the offseason that he had value. You know what? He's got the player option. You know why he signed that player option with the Lakers? Because nobody was offering him a deal that he thought was better than the 18 that the Lakers were already going to guarantee him if he stayed with the Lakers. All right, let's see more. A couple more here. D'Lo getting 18 mil for the clown show, for this clown show. David will mix in a good morning because we're going hard to the hoop right now on D'Lo. D'Lo shooting 28% from 3. That's D'Lo's fault. I don't know about crypto water. I can't wait until Russell is off this team. This is how everybody feels. Look, this is I think what I'm sharing, the sentiment I'm sharing, is how a lot of Laker fans feel right now about DAngelo Russell. There's not going to be many people that have his back. There's not going to be many people out there that are sympathizing with him. Do you guys remember before the season started, one of the first things I said about D'Lo, I'm like, I feel bad for the guy. Every time the guy turns, another team is looking to trade him. D'Lo's not helping himself out here. D'Lo went from the starting lineup. Okay, now you're coming off the bench. Hey, you're coming off the bench because we need your production off the bench. I was sold on it. I'm like, yeah, it's a great idea. D'Lo, Lakers need some bench help. They need another facilitator. He can be himself. There's nothing in his game that gives me confidence that D'Lo is going to turn this thing around. Let's look at some more here. Scottie Pippen Jr., better than D'Lo. That dude all of a sudden is balling too. God, that's another mistake by the Lakers. Or maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe it's other teams that say, you don't know how to develop players. We know how to develop them. D'Lo apologist, about to be real mad in a month or two. D'Lo thinks D'Lo is doing great and pats himself on the back. There's not going to be much support for DAngelo Russell out there. There really isn't. D'Lo gets traded simply because he's an expiring contract. All right, so I think we're all on the same page on that. I'm looking at him, and I'm before the show started, I'm like, is D'Lo a conversation here? And I'm asking myself, I'm like, what has this guy really done over these last handful of games? I start looking at the stats. This guy hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything over these last 5 games. At least if you want to go at Austin Reeves and say, yeah, Reeves was the game against the Orlando Magic, Reeves was struggling. Okay, Reeves responds with another good game. Reeves, it never feels like his body language is off or anything like that. He's going to have bad games, but that's going to be different on a night in, night out basis.